Well, hi everybody. You're watching Gemistry TV with Paul and Judy.
Yes, Shop Gemistry, and shopgemistry.com is the website you can go to for ordering. There's an 800 toll-free number you can use for ordering, and what you're going to be ordering is jewelry. This is all about jewelry, all hour, all day. That's what we live for.
And we'll be auditioning for the president of the fan club. No, really.
Actually, before I forget, follow us on Facebook and join us on Sundays around noon Eastern, 9 Pacific time, because we have half-hour-long Facebook Lives every weekend, and that's a good way to keep in touch with us and give us suggestions on some jewelry that you might like to see if we don't have it for you in our lineup now.
And you might have seen Paul, DC, and Judy Kroll in other lifetimes on shopping channels.
It is possible.
Now we have our own. It is called Shop Gemistry, and it's a little different way of doing things. Number one, free shipping, free returns on everything.
We love that, and that's something that we were so excited about, and it took a long time to make that happen, but we're involved in every step of the way, and it's very much focused on you and the quality of the jewelry that we're offering to you.
And this hour is something we've always wanted to do, but we never could. This is going to all be really kind of high-end vault items, things that you aspire to own your whole life. And we're starting with the very famous Sleeping Beauty turquoise.
And know what's interesting about this, because for those who do recognize us and have recognized us from various channels, you know that we were real sticklers when it came to Sleeping Beauty as it pertains to offering it as a gemstone. And I say that because Paul and I were the last probably entity that filmed at the Sleeping Beauty mine 2 months before it closed. And I don't think we were aware at the time that we were there filming that it was going to be closing, but there were all kinds of reasons behind that, and we even introduced or interviewed the owner of the mine.
Yep, Monty Nichols. All right, let's talk about this particular item. This is a gorgeous pendant. It is 14 karat gold setting. That of course means a 14 karat gold chain as well. It is an 11 by 9 millimeter. That is a very decent, very good size for Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Now, what does it mean to be Sleeping Beauty turquoise? Number one, its most defining characteristic is going to be that robin's egg blue color and no matrix.
Right.
Now, it's not that no matrix ever came out of that mine, but that is the premium material that everybody has sought after for many, 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 many years. Now, it is 919907 is the item number. The manufacturer suggested retail price on this one is $756.
And that takes your breath away right there, but it's because what you talked about, that 11 by 9 millimeter
that's what
stone.
it's worth. Now, your price, however, don't have to worry about that, is $315. Now, Sleeping Beauty has, in some cases, is what I call misunderstood, or a lot of people don't understand what it means and why they call it Sleeping Beauty. As Judy mentioned, we were the last people to ever film that mine. It closed for good on the 30th of June, 2012. That's over 7 years ago. Now, there's a couple of reasons why mines happen to close, but the main reason for this particular mine, they really were not finding much material anymore. So that's kind of the bloom was off the rose, and that's kind of a normal reason. But also they lost the lease, so they
to the copper mine.
To the copper mining company.
Because that's where you typically find turquoise, is near copper.
Yeah,
or in and around copper.
Turquoise miners don't own the land; they are merely leasing it from big companies. So anyway, when that mine closed, there was, and we were right in the middle of it. There was a huge run on Sleeping Beauty material. Basically, when the week before it closed, the rough of Sleeping Beauty turquoise from the Sleeping Beauty mine in Globe, Arizona, was about $100 a pound. Within the day of the announcement, it shot up to $300 a pound.
Yeah.
Oh, a month later, it was $1,000 a pound. About 6 months after that, it was $2,000 a pound. Then $2,500 a pound.
Yeah. Well, it's supply and demand.
Yes.
And when there's no more supply and the demand is there, guess what happens?
Exactly. So, and the reason they called it Sleeping Beauty, because I didn't describe that to you, there's a mountain range that is directly behind the mine, and when you shoot it visually, we went up the opposite mountain and shot back in the direction. It looks like a woman sleeping on her back, and that's how it got the name Sleeping Beauty Mine.
Yes.
And only legally only robin's egg blue turquoise that was mined from that mine is legally allowed to be called Sleeping Beauty. Some people play fast and loose with those rules.
Yes.
We recommend you trust your supplier.
Well, and that's what I started to say kind of in the beginning is we are so careful, and it's why it's taken us so long to finally be able to bring this Shop Gemistry with Paul and Judy's show to you. It's been in the works for well over a year, but getting all the stars to align, getting all the right people in place, and making sure that the quality, the pricing is all going to be proper for you, the fact that we can offer free shipping and handling in both directions. If you get this home and you try it on and something seems amiss to you, you don't love 14 karat gold after all, because that's what this is set in, is 14 karat yellow gold, and you say, I'm going to send it back, well, guess what? Sending it back is also free. So the shipping is free in both directions. It's risk-free shopping with Gemistry. Everything comes in its own little box. It's a beautiful Gemistry box that can actually act like a jewelry box for you. Inside, there's going to be a little drawstring pouch, like a little velveteen drawstring pouch. So you can use that to store your jewelry, keep it safe, keep it clean, or it's a beautiful gift to give, but everything's going to be packaged that way. So that we really wanted to make this as customer focused and customer centric as we possibly could.
And remember, if some people like Matrix, some people don't like Matrix. Nobody doesn't like Sleeping Beauty turquoise, and it really is a game changer.
It's become a color, like a Crayola color.
And it's not you know the big cowboy boots and the fringe leather jackets. This is as comfortable on the red carpet as it is in a casual setting.
In fact, if you even bring up a little bit of black tie, you'll see how magnificent this color just jumps out, whether you're wearing it with jeans or a black. Look at it against that black in a black dress. Imagine. Spectacular. And the size of this is 11 by 9, so you've got a good size, 2.5 grams of 14 karat gold, and a $315 price compared to much closer to $800. So I think that's the only Sleeping Beauty that we have in the show, right? Yeah, so that's it.
There's not a lot of it around.
No, and it's very simple and sophisticated. So this is going to be a really fun segment. You know, I love the fact that you set up this hour as being extra special, something that Paul and I haven't been able to do, because sometimes when you come up with a collection, you get pigeonholed into a look or even into a certain metal that you're able to use in your jewelry. So that's the direction, that's the line that you're taking. Now with what we're doing, we're able to do soup to nuts. We've got all kinds of different gemstones in our arsenal.
Nobody can tell us no.
Exactly. We're going to use silver, we're going to use gold, who knows, we might even use platinum. You're going to see some extra special things happening on Shop Gemistry with Paul and Judy.
This is a very special gemstone and one that's very hard to find. And usually the prices are just through the roof for this material. It is called,
this color.
Technically they call it bicolor tourmaline, but the common name for this is watermelon because it's green and it's pink.
Yes, and
so
the blend like together is so beautiful. And it is, I want to say raised. It is Mother Nature makes it that way, and the way that the miners mine it, they cut it in such a way that both of those colors are equally prominent.
That's right, and it's funny because I said things that we've always wanted to do, and by the way, if you're watching the show, we thank you for watching it. But even if you think, well, maybe this is beyond my grasp right now,
yeah,
it's really worth it to watch because these are like museum stones. They truly are.
Absolutely, and the way they're made is in such a way that is the type of thing that you would expect the highest end designers to design, the highest quality material that you would hope to see in some of the jewelry stores where you need to buzz to come in. That's the kind of quality of a ring like this. Notice the sides, white zircon. We used white zircon because of the high refractive index, and a lot of times white zircon is used in lieu of diamonds because of that high refractive index, but also because we're able to keep the price down. Now it may be that you're looking at the price and saying, what do you mean keep the price down? Well, comparatively, I mean, we have the retail values that we've researched.
$2,256.
Suddenly $750 sounds pretty darn good if you love watermelon tourmaline.
And this one is $940 for the ring. So it's really a spectacular value. And there are certain gems that are really, really rare. And it really doesn't matter, you know, when you get that one piece that you've dreamt about your entire life, the truth of the matter with watermelon tourmaline, it's also what I would call a phenomenal gemstone, because it has a phenomenon of two different colors existing in the same crystal. And Judy brought it up right. It's never going to be, and this was always kind of the big bugaboo for me.
Yes.
When I would talk to somebody at one of the traditional shopping channels, like even at the VP level, saying, but everything has to be exactly 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't work that way. That's not the way the crystals grow naturally on Earth.
Well, and part of the beauty of letting the crystals, those minerals do the talking, and the way that the lapidary chooses and identifies and decides to cut the stone, to show off the beautiful colors, is they're almost letting the stone talk to them.
Absolutely.
And in this case, we have it cut in an octagon, similar to the way that we were describing pyrope garnet. When you get into a stone of this size, this is an 8x5 emerald cut watermelon tourmaline, surrounded by rhodolite garnet, 47 points of round, brilliant cut rhodolite garnet, surrounded on the sides, on the shank or the shoulders, by 44 points, almost a half carat of white zircon. But you look in that close-up, the fact that we can get in that close to that ring, and you're seeing the definition between that strong pink, which is why we use the rhodolite garnet, because that favors more towards the rosy side in the garnet family, and then that beautiful, like real emerald color in the watermelon.
Oh yeah.
It's so beautifully named, and it's so unusual to be able to put your hands on a piece of jewelry like this, much less afford it.
Once in a lifetime. It truly is. And the good news is, we're going to give you the opportunity. It's funny, we let the cat out of the bag on our Sunday Fun Day with Paul and Judy.
Yes.
By the way, every Sunday we go live on Facebook. About, what did we say, noon Eastern time?
Noon Eastern,
Right.
typically, unless we announce otherwise, but we always put that up there too. And we always answer all your questions and comments, so that's the best way to get a hold of us.
So we teased that we were going to have our own network and that we were looking for suggestions, and we brought up the name watermelon tourmaline. It was amazing how many people said, I have one, I just wish I could find something to go with it.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to have a pair of earrings coming up. Yes, we're going to have a pendant coming up, so you can have an entire suite.
And yes, we have a ring that is watermelon. And I don't know, they're all really beautiful choices to make. If it were me in your shoes,
You got to start with the ring.
I would have to start with the ring, because it's such a beautiful piece of art. It really is. It's Mother Nature's art. And if you have it in a ring form, you can enjoy it on yourself all day long. You don't have to wait for somebody to say, oh, that's so pretty. They will. But you know, you admire your own hand with your rings. Okay.
I'm ready.
Time
Okay,
to talk earrings.
As difficult as it is to find a spectacular watermelon tourmaline for a ring, that's one stone. Earrings are a whole nother thing. I don't care if you're talking about something as spectacular as watermelon tourmaline or opals. You have to match them with each other very, very well. And this is the one case where you have to try and get the split. And when I call it the split, what percentage of green do you see? What percentage of pink do you see? You want them to be much closer in the earrings, because that's the way they're gonna look. They need to match.
It goes back to what we talked about the gem cutting and the gem sorting. So when you see these earrings, the pair that you're going to get are going to look exactly the same as each other without being cookie cutter. These are not man-made. These are not glass. This is genuine watermelon tourmaline, all natural, surrounded by garnet, all natural, untreated, undyed, unheated. These are stones that just look like this
undefeated
every morning. Every morning they wake up and look like that.
944.
I can't say the same for me.
94. Yes, you can. 944-099 is the item number. Now we have two 7x5 emerald cut watermelon tourmalines, 2.18 carats. We have a 3/4 carats of the rhodolite garnet on this one. 55 points of the white zircon, so that's just over half carat. 3.48 carats total gem weight. 3.88, almost 4 grams of genuine 14 karat gold. The retail price, $2,658. But because you know us and shop Gemistry, think about this. We are the factory. We go to the mines, we find the stones. We have everything we do is in-house. Every time somebody touches a stone, the price goes up. Not with us. $1,107.50.
Yeah.
And you get the matching watermelon with the click-locking post.
Yes.
Watermelon tourmaline.
I wanted to show you that post in the back because it is extremely secure. There's a little notch in the post, in that 14 karat gold post. And then the back comes up. It's beautifully hinged. I mean, you're going to be able to open and close, open and close, open and close that forever. But you'll hear a click in the back of your ear when it's closed for security and for good. The best thing to do if you're saying to yourself, wait, I can't get this thing undone, use your nail and push up. And I can do that again for you, and then it'll come right out. So it's a little bit, I mean, it's for security, and it works beautifully, but all I'm doing is pushing up with my thumb, and watch what happens. It releases just like that. So it opens like this, security, beautifully made. You click it closed, you'll hear the click close, and then push up and out. And that's how easy it is, but how beautiful it is in the front, almost like a little cat's eye in the shape. Surrounded by rhodolite garnet again, and then white zircon. And I'm so glad because we do have a choice of being able to use white topaz. And in some cases we do. And a lot of times when it comes to the larger size white stones, we like to use the white topaz. Absolutely. So we can get into the larger cuts. But the zircon to me, you know, you talk about some stones that are underrated or misunderstood. Zircon is one of those stones.
Well, people think that it's a cubic zirconia.
Exactly, because that's the way we've heard that term used for so many years, affiliated with cubic zirconia, which is a simulate to a diamond.
Right.
Zircon is a natural gemstone. It comes in all sorts of colors. My class ring is a blue zircon.
And it was the original diamond substitute when you couldn't afford the diamond. So yeah, zircon is a very, very special stone. You know, the great thing about this is we want to make luxury approachable. We want to make it affordable. And we happen to have partnered with a factory. Literally, when we go to shows all over the world, whether it's Hong Kong or Tucson or Las Vegas, Vicenza, these guys have clients that are spending $50,000 and $100,000 on single pieces of jewelry. This is the same factory that is making these earrings for you. So we want to make that approachable and affordable, and because we have the power to bring it directly to you, we can do it.
I will also tell you, and it's not a come on, it is the honest to goodness truth. We know the quantities that we have available in these pieces of jewelry.
Very, very small.
And unlike some of the other pieces, even sometimes unlike some of the sterling silver pieces, where we're able to produce more or we're able to acquire more of the gemstones, these are extremely limited. So if it's something that you want to try, the beautiful thing about Gemistry, Shop Gemistry, is you can try it with free shipping, and you can send it back with free shipping.
Exactly.
So there's absolutely no risk in wanting to see a piece of jewelry in person if maybe the concept of shopping for jewelry on TV still hasn't gotten you convinced that it's worth trying. And I completely understand. It's kind of going out on a limb, and especially in a category like this or a price point like this, I totally get it. But that's why I think your word approachable is so perfect. This says, come on in, welcome. We want you to be here, we want you to give us a try, and we want you to let us know what you think of the quality when it's arrived.
And our cautionary tale here, and I'm glad you brought up, these are not in huge quantities.
No,
so
not at all.
I want to tell you, like in the earrings, because they did have to match, it's like a handful of the pair of earrings that will ever be
single
available.
digits, unfortunately. So that one is 944098. If you've fallen in love with the pendant, if you fell in love with the earrings were item number 944099. And to kind of round out the whole trio, watch what's next. I get so excited. I'm like, ooh, okay, now we're ready. Switch it up. Give me the necklace. Okay.
All right, the pendant, yeah. Now, again, these are designed to be worn together. It doesn't mean you have to get all of them.
And they look great.
If it's within your budget, you might want to, because these are not the types of things that you will see every single day on the channel.
So this particular piece is set in 14 karat gold. The 14 karat gold chain comes with it, and on the back there is a little extender, so you can extend it out to 21 inches. And that's beautiful for being able to adjust it to the neckline that you're wearing or the size of your neck too, so you don't have it fitting too tight. You want a little bit of grace, if you will. This is an 8x6 millimeter.
The biggest of them.
The biggest of any of them that we've shown you in the watermelon tourmaline so far. I love the fact that we did this in the octagonal shape, in the emerald cut stone, because you're really able to see the division of the colors. And I also find it very interesting. I've loved tourmaline forever, that there are so many different types of tourmaline. Like the red is known as rubellite tourmaline. There's indicolite. There's the extremely expensive Paraíba tourmaline, watermelon tourmaline. There are others, but they come in such a huge range of colors.
One of the most of any mineral.
And that's why William Shakespeare called it the Queen of Gems, right? Because it was just, it has so many beautiful, beautiful colors in it that are available. I have a bracelet that's a tourmaline bracelet. I won't tell you how much I spent on it. It was before I knew you.
Oh, okay. Then go ahead.
Phew.
Talk away. No, the
But
other
it's
thing,
special,
the other
really
thing about
special.
tourmaline, that you talked about that emerald cut or step cut.
Sure.
What makes it amazing is tourmaline, like emeralds, isn't evaluated like every other gemstone is when it comes to clarity, because it's what we call a Category 3 stone. So they forgive certain imperfections in emeralds. In fact, most people will tell you, emeralds have usually a lot of inclusions to the naked eye. Tourmaline can be the same way. But when you have a really fine specimen like we have here, you're going to get something that is very, very like crystal clear, which is amazing. Now, do we give the particulars on this? I don't know if we do.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so 944098 is the item number. And again, that's on shopgemistry.com, or call the toll-free number on your screen. We'll be happy to help you. As we said, the largest of the stones, an 8x6, the retail value, $2,964. Your price, $1,235, until they're gone.
Yeah.
We do not have an open order for watermelon tourmaline. This is just a rare find that we have for you.
It's mesmerizing. It really, truly is mesmerizing to think that a stone of this color, this beautiful color, with the division of the colors, with the crystals, the way they align, and the only other one that I can think of, there may be two, but the other one that I have seen in person that does that is ametrine. Yep. And I happened to be able, in 1999, somewhere around there, to go to an ametrine mine in Bolivia, which is where it's mined. And it was almost the scariest trip I think I've ever taken, because we landed a grass landing in a 6-seater plane, so it was extremely bumpy. We were met by a Jeep. We were literally riding along in the Jeep with limbs of trees, like slapping us in the face, so we were really kind of guarding ourselves. It was me and a crew of 3 other people, so there were just 4 of us. And it was an amazing trip. I called myself Indiana Judy. But I think of what the miners go through in order to acquire these stones, and then what the gemologists and the lapidaries do in order to be able to analyze the stone. And they're so rare and so expensive that they don't want to screw it up as far as making the wrong cut or choosing the wrong shape, because they really want to maximize the beauty of that material. So that's why I call it artwork. This is Mother Nature's art, and we happen to be able to offer it to you in 14 karat gold, where you go into some jewelry stores and price out watermelon tourmaline.
Well, not just that.
If you can find it, if they have it.
This is how rare this stone is. And the truth is, I think we get spoiled.
We
See,
do.
We go to the mines all the time,
Yep.
and everybody thinks, well, so what? You sold out a watermelon tourmaline, get some more. Doesn't work that way.
No, you can't just order it up.
If your cell phone breaks, someone will always make a new one, oven, all of that, okay? However, not only is it rare, anytime a gem is rare, and undeniably watermelon tourmaline is rare,
Look at that
the
color.
bigger the stone, the price per stone goes up exponentially
Yeah.
on a per carat basis.
Yeah, and this one is over 2
2
carats.
carats, yeah.
It's 2 carats, 1 point, all in that one 8x6 emerald cut watermelon tourmaline. 46 points of the rhodolite garnet surround that stone, and then on the top, white zircon with that fabulous refractive index, which translates to those of us who speak English, fire. The refractive index is an indication of the stone's fire, and that's why it's so perfect as an accent stone, and that's why it's so perfect. I mean, how much would this have been if we had decided to put diamonds in?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Why do we need to
Don't
when you
need
can
to.
get that same
The star
effect?
is the watermelon.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing to keep in mind, there's a reason that the manufacturer's suggested retail price is approaching $3,000.
Yeah,
That's how rare it is. And you just don't see this stuff.
No. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You thought you loved the watermelon tourmaline if you watched a presentation on the watermelon tourmaline. And we get it. You know, we've been in this business so long, we know that people are kind of coming in and going out and switching channels and coming back and seeing what we're changing up. And this is a brand new, I know, close your ears. They do change the channel sometimes. They do go away, but then they come back, especially when they start to see more and more and more of what our Shop Gemistry with Paul and Judy show TV channel is going to be bringing.
Oh, yeah.
So are you ready?
Oh, I've been waiting all month for this.
I know you have.
Blue topaz.
Not just any blue topaz either. Oh my gosh.
It is the mother of all blue topaz. This is a big honkin' stone. Look at the brilliance. Look at the cut with the checkerboard faceting. Look at the diamonds that surround this.
And this is what Kelly said. She's off to the side. She's our little product coordinator over there helping us out with bringing the pieces. And she said, I know she's shopping because it's what I would do. Mm-hmm. She says, oh my gosh, the checkerboard cuts in this stone. That's incredible. Look at the fire. Well, that's exactly right. It's one of those things you can't take your eyes off of. Mm-hmm. And it's huge. What's the millimeter size of this one?
This one is a 14 by 10 millimeter.
Yeah, look at
It
that.
is a 7-carat solitaire. Add to that a full half carat of diamonds. Now, Brazil is where we get our blue topaz. South Africa is where the diamonds come from. 6.3 grams of 14-karat gold. That would be considered heavy for a silver, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh
But for
yeah.
gold, that's incredible.
It's 3/4 of an inch long on your finger, and then the width of it. And I'm not even going to measure the shoulders of the band. It's a 1/2 inch wide, just in the gemstones. 50 points of diamonds, as you said, and 7 carats in a single stone of that blue topaz. It looks like it should be called something more special than blue topaz, even though it is a
Well,
blue
I'll tell
topaz.
you, it is more special, and it's affordable. This is a $2,700 value with the manufacturer suggested retail price. Your price nowhere near that. It is $1,125 is all this is going to be. Now, I've just been told that our quantities are very limited on this particular one.
Yeah.
So we have size 7 and 10 only. However,
okay.
gold is very easily sized.
True.
And if you're in between, you know, you're not paying any more for the bigger size.
Right.
And that would be easier to size it down into the size
And
that
a
fits
lot
you.
of people
Yeah.
ask us if the sterling silver rings can be sized, even ones that are of this size and are a good amount of money.
Right.
But we kind of shy you away from that because there are so many of them that are rhodium plated now to
Correct.
kind of keep them from tarnishing, that a jeweler would really need to know, not only are you cutting it, putting in more sterling silver, but now you've got to rhodium plate it and have it all seamlessly done.
They do that so it doesn't tarnish. But,
But
gold,
with gold.
never tarnishes. And it is very, very sizable, comfortably, you know, 2 up, 2 down.
And
Look
look
at
at the
that
way
stone.
that appears on the hand. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, if you met somebody who was wearing this ring, if it didn't happen to be you, wouldn't you think, oh my gosh, she must be a starlet of some sort. She must be a celebrity.
Well,
How
you're
could
gonna
she
get the-
afford that ring?
You're going to get the best seat in the restaurant, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure. It is. It's just stunning. And I think a ring, even though I talk about my love for earrings, because earrings are what frame your face, so I always think of it as the most personal piece of jewelry that you'll purchase. But my favorite purchase to make is a ring, because as I said before, you get to admire it on your hand just like everybody else does. If you put on a necklace, you know it looks great when you look in the mirror before you walk out the door, and your earrings are the same way. But with bracelets and rings, it's just, wow, did I make a great choice.
I'll tell you something else. And Judy is a perfect example of this. More and more people are going with color or a stone that tells a story as their wedding ring.
Oh, yeah.
And we sure did.
We did.
Or the engagement ring, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
But this stone
Isn't
is
that pretty?
technically perfect.
Yes.
It is just the perfect blue topaz. And as I said, guys, if you're watching, and maybe you got in the doghouse a little bit because you know, especially during football season.
Where the channel stayed on the same channel for 6 months.
Are you talking from experience, my love?
It's lucky we have multiple TVs in the house, honey.
But blue is just such a popular color. You can almost never go wrong.
No, and
with the blue
I
topaz.
intentionally bring all my little supplies
Scarves.
here so that I can show you how they look against different colors.
Do you believe anyone who lives in Florida has this many scarves?
I love my scarves. I never go, even on my Pinterest page, I have a category that says, never go anywhere ever without ... And the first thing on my Pinterest page is
Scarf.
scarves. Yep.
Yeah.
Because you never know. Oh, look at it with black.
It's crazy.
And are you able to see those facets, those checkerboard facets, how perfect that is? 6.3 grams of 14 karat gold. And we were talking before about the fact that you've got 2 halos, 2 rows
Of diamonds.
of genuine diamonds. So there's your April birthday represented, which we so rarely do,
And December.
and December. Yeah, usually we have to say, well, sorry, you April babies, you won't be represented in these 3 hours. Sorry, you April babies, no diamonds for you. Sorry, April babies, don't you wish you were born in a different month? But I don't wish I had a different birthstone. Diamond's pretty spectacular as a birthstone. I can claim that. Okay. You know, just saying. I hope you're having as much fun as we are. This has been so long in the making. I didn't get any sleep last night. I swear I went to bed and slept for 2 hours and then was tossing and turning all night long because I've been looking so forward to the launch of Shop Gemistry with Paul and Judy for over a year. So this is a dream come true.
I know
for
we're
us.
showing you spectacular gems in this hour, most in 14 karat gold, almost all in 14 karat gold, with spectacular stones. This is a honker.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we have
That's what Karen
a
Connolly used to call
20 by 15 millimeter. All right, 20 by 15 millimeter.
So what does that mean?
7
I will actually show you exactly what that means. That means that it's a little over an inch. Now the stone itself, even just that
Is an
stone
inch.
itself, yeah, is like 7/8 of an inch long.
It's crazy. Now that's 17.2 carats just in the blue topaz. The item number 907694. Remember, you can call that toll-free number on your screen or shopgemistry.com. And 7.2 grams of gold, including the gold that's in the 18-inch chain. And this one does not, however, have an extender.
Okay.
So I need to full disclosure
And
on
it
that.
has a spring ring clasp, a
Yep.
14 karat gold spring ring clasp on the back. So it is a 14 karat gold chain, yes,
And the
18 inches.
The manufacturer suggested retail price, and we are the manufacturer, so this is what we suggest, $3,741.30.
Yeah. But you know, when we talked about this and we found out that that was the suggested price, because of course we're coming directly to you from the manufacturer who's really in charge of every single level of that pyramid, from sourcing the stones to analyzing to cutting to sorting to setting to accenting with diamonds, everything, to shipping and fulfilling and everything. So we're directly with them, which is why we were able to cut out so many layers of different prices and bring you these great
Because
prices.
it's not $3,741.30.
Right.
It's $1,558.88.
Yes.
And just so you do understand, because we go to many shows all around the world. We've gone on cruises all over the place, and you wonder, how do those prices be like? First of all, look at what gold is per ounce. That's number one. Number two, when you look at a stone this size, when you get a crystal that you pull out of the earth, only a small percentage of that crystal produces what I would call a gem quality stone like this. So the problem is, there's very few that you will ever find that are 17 carats in that caliber of blue topaz.
That's for sure. I mean, honestly, when you're looking at a stone of this size, what ends up typically happening is the color falls off on the
Absolutely.
edges. So top to bottom, side to side, you lose color. But I want to show you even the thickness, the volume, if you will, of this stone. From the culet, the point all the way at the end, this has actually got a measurement that you could take a ruler to, because it's that significant.
Yeah.
And so that that
inch?
has everything to do, yeah, like 3/8 of an inch is the thickness. So it has everything to do with the carat weight that you're seeing, but also the beautiful fire and color that that emits. So this piece of jewelry from front to back, beautifully protected. Notice when I showed you the side profile that the gold is not allowing that culet to touch your skin. So the only thing that's going to touch your skin or the fabric up at your décolleté is that 14 karat gold. Nicely protected with strong, serious prongs that hold in that stone without detracting from the setting or detracting from the shape. This is a wow. There's no question about it.
If you're a wallflower,
Yeah.
don't wear this because you are going to get a lot of attention.
Too much attention.
You know, I also want to tell you how the gem business works. As I said, we go to shows all over the place, and what happens is somebody buys rough. So you get the crystal, the pegmatite, that blue topaz, that makes blue topaz. Then somebody buys it from them. And then they do the work and they cut and they do all the faceting. The price goes up. And then they sell it to a stone wholesaler. And guess what? They put their markup on, the price goes up. Then they sell it to a factory, who then they're going to do something with the settings and all of that. And then they're going to put their markup on it. So the thing starts off, the price quintuples, sextuples, just because that's the way the business works. So that's how
so many hands have touched
because
it.
it's just our hands.
Yeah.
We get the stone or the rough, we cut it ourselves, we facet it ourselves. I mean, our team.
Sure.
I'm not faceting it myself, but we are the factory. This is the first time we've ever in our life been able to say, we're going to start at the mine, and we are going to take care of every part of it, including shipping it to you for free and allowing you to return it for free.
Yes.
And that's how we can take something that's almost $4,000 and have it be $1,558.
And that shows you or gives you an idea of the breadth that we have being able to work with and partner with our manufacturers. And even that was a very, very careful decision because as you said, even about Sleeping Beauty, there are a lot of people out there who sometimes don't tell the truth, the whole truth,
sure.
and nothing but the truth.
Sure.
And so because of all that we know about this manufacturer, seeing the factory, knowing the people, knowing the integrity, and knowing all the members of the family that are also a part of this whole business, everybody in the family is affected if the reputation goes downhill.
That's right.
Everybody. So take a look at this in person. As Paul said, free shipping and free returns. There will be a pre-printed return sticker inside your box. All you do is peel and stick and return it. I have a feeling when you see these things in person, there will be nothing coming back to us.
I have to say, this is going to shock everybody, I think. But when I was putting together the hour that we wanted to do of spectacular, like high-priced things that are worth $4,000, $5,000, $6,000.
We called it the vault because we went into the vault to
Yeah.
see, okay, let's have some fun.
This is my favorite item. It's the only item in silver in the entire hour.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's in silver. I looked at these stones. I was so flabbergasted by the quality of this blue topaz. It belongs in platinum, but this is sterling silver. But I took a look, and Judy knows this. She is my witness. I immediately called the factory and said, what did you do with the faceting of these stones? I said, is it Portuguese cut? They're like, no. It just rolled up.
I know.
No, regular faceting.
No, regular faceting.
Spectacular.
Yeah, and all you need to do is look at the cut. So here's the color of that beautiful blue topaz that we just showed you, set in 14 karat gold. Is there any difference that you see between the quality of the blue topaz stones in the earrings that are set in sterling silver and the quality of the blue topaz stone? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean by this company and this manufacturer that says, we're not going to cut corners
No.
just because we're setting it in sterling silver. We are jewelry makers. We want all of our jewelry that represents shop Gemistry to be something that you're proud to wear, that you say, I know, thank you so much. It was a real find. And if somebody says to you, wow, those things, they're so sparkly, like you're blinding me.
All right,
This
I
is,
know you saw the graphics,
Oh.
but I didn't give the price yet.
okay, go ahead.
So this is 950535 is the item number, and again, shopgemistry.com.
So that's the item number you use, yeah.
Toll-free number on your screen. And the carat weight's 10.6 carats of blue topaz. This is called the Swiss blue topaz. We'll get to that
So
in a
over
minute.
10.5 carats
Right.
of blue topaz in these earrings.
6.43 grams of sterling silver. Now the retail price, I think, is a joke. I'm sorry. The manufacturer suggests the retail is $360. So
Oh, yeah,
I have
the-
nobody but myself to blame, I guess, because we're the manufacturer.
Easily over 500.
150 for $150.
I know.
And what one of the things you touched on this earlier, Judy, and it was such a brilliant statement. I'm going to repeat it. You talked about getting stones of different sizes. Funny things happen with certain gems when you get a smaller size versus a larger size.
So we go here from, for instance, 6 millimeter to 7 millimeter to 8 millimeter, perfectly graduated, perfectly matched, perfectly sorted.
And that perfectly matched for color is the most difficult part, because it's one thing to get two stones of the same size and match them, but have 3 different sizes and have them be so technically perfect. I can't imagine there is a better pair of earrings. I don't care how much money you have to spend.
Yeah.
You could probably have a $2,000 pair of earrings,
And
these
they
are
wouldn't
gonna-
beat this.
These are going to be your go-to.
They will. And they will, the way they frame your face, the movement that they have, they do look like they're set in platinum.
$150.
They have the snap bar closure, so it's hinged on the bottom. You saw when I opened it how easy it is. I just don't want it to flop out of my little stand here, so I'm holding the front. But you open the back, nice wide hinge, so it's easy to put that through the pierce in your ear. And then, without worrying about losing a back, you just click it up, hear the click in place.
And the white zircon, I mean, is that the icing on the incredibly...
Over a carat. There's a carat 10 points of white zircon. And I want you to see the size of those white zircon stones. So this is the challenge. And this is almost, if you're thinking about going into the gem cutting business,
Oh, yeah.
what would be a huge challenge. The size of those white zircon stones that go all the way up to the front of the snap bar closure through the ear and around as a halo, every single one of those stones. I don't think I have ever in my life had steady enough of a hand to be able to cut those stones to perfection. Even the stones, the white zircon, like any other stone, has to be matched for color, even white, just like diamonds have to be matched for color.
Every one of them are set by hand.
Set by hand.
Every stone is
And that
set by
adds to another one of the layers you talked
Absolutely.
about, where the price then goes up. So when we can control all that and we're working with the people who do it directly, you get a price like $150 for incredible earrings.
Well, for those of you that might have watched previously, when we had an emerald cut pyrope garnet pair of earrings, and I told you they're very limited and we can't get them back in again, but we did find another pair of earrings that you might just fall in love with.
Oh, these are spectacular. These earrings have so much color. It's almost like you can turn the sound off on your TV and let these earrings do the talking.
They do that all the time when I'm on.
But isn't that the truth,
Yeah,
though?
yeah.
When you see these earrings and you see exactly what you're talking about why they're sometimes known as Cape Ruby or Bohemian Ruby, when they're in fact a garnet.
Yeah, look at that color. That is the depth of color is unlike anything you've ever seen. And here, if you were born in July, I don't take this lightly.
Adopt this.
Yeah, adopt this as, I know garnet is the birthstone for January. And garnet comes in many colors, but only one garnet does a pretty darn good job imitating a ruby, does impressions of ruby. And these are big ovals. We have accent stones around them. You have a really, really big, juicy red look for this. And again, the only reason that this garnet behaves this way, because it has the same trace element that makes a ruby, and it's called chromium, and that's in this stone. Very rare. In my life, we've been doing this a combined 60 years.
Yeah, in the business.
In my life, I've done 2 big pyropes of this size. The emerald cuts that are gone,
Yes.
and these.
And these. And to even be able to see this color as clearly and beautifully as you are, these are a stud earring, so they're for pierced ears. They measure 1/2 inch long, and they measure 3/8 of an inch wide. They are a stud earring that's set in sterling silver. The backs have those massive, large, wonderful, giant butterfly clutches, so they're very, very easy for you to manipulate and maneuver. They have nice long posts, so when you pull that post off, you'll see a little notch in the back, and that's what helps to hold that post on your ear. But that large butterfly clutch also keeps the earring situated beautifully on your earlobe. Not only do you have 9.5 by 7 millimeter center stones ovals. You've got 22 halos of pyrope garnet and then 2 round brilliant cut bezel set white topaz stones, top and bottom, for a total carat weight in these earrings of over 5 carats,
amazing.
15 points.
I'm going to tell a fun little story for everybody.
Okay.
We
love stories.
Pratik might not be happy with this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
this is fun. Now, Pratik is a great guy. He is part of our company, and he runs the factories and does a lot of the stone procurement that we ask him to do for us. Well, when we went with Todd to the other place in New Jersey where it had a vault with the stone dealer collector, that's where I picked these stones from.
Yeah.
And that's why I say when they're gone, I can't recreate these.
No.
But we were talking to Pratik one day. We were talking about the color of the red stones. And, of course, in India, which is where he's born, but he lives in the United States now and has since he was 10 years old. He said that, oh, I can find that. I can find that color. Because India produces a lot of garnet. And he said, oh yeah, no problem, I can find that. So we had showed him the stones that we got to make these earrings. He's like, no, I can't find that. This is as good of a color. It is. There's a reason it is my absolute favorite garnet in the entire world.
Makes you wish you were born a month earlier, doesn't it?
No. I like that mine.
He's a February baby, that's why I said that.
I love that.
Because this is the
that.
January birthstone.
I love that mine has fewer days.
Yeah, that next year's leap year.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's the 29th of February in 2020.
You know what? If I was born on leap day,
I think that would be so much fun.
I would be 15 years old next year.
I know, don't you love that? That would have been so much fun. I was born on April Fool's Day. I have enough hard time as it is.
Or we can never tell.
Huh? Yeah, my mom said, my grandmother said, you know, I've been trying all these years to fool you, and it took your baby daughter to do so, in Japan no less. I actually even went through on the chart to see, okay, so if I was born in the United States, would I have been born on March 31st? Nope. It was 12:30 in the afternoon or 12:30 in the morning on April
Don't
Fool's
forget
Day.
your pyrope garnet earrings before they go. These are among the largest we do. $147.
Yeah, it's a crazy price. And once those stones are gone, we can't duplicate them, so enjoy.
I know this. I don't know what to tell you, but you are competing against everyone in our company trying to get this ring.
Yeah, and you'll see why. We're talking about diamonds and not just any diamonds.
Fancy
We're talking
color
about
diamonds.
Yellow diamond and white diamond in a ring. Paul and I have really never been able to do diamonds. You and I, in our collections of jewelry over the last 10 years, have really not used diamonds as our
little
accents.
accents,
Sometimes, but mostly it's white topaz or white zircon. So here we are talking about a diamond ring. Like the whole thing is diamonds.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the fancy color, the canary color of diamond, is probably one of the most sought after in the entire world. Now let me tell you how the diamond business works. Diamonds aren't as rare as everybody thinks they are. In fact, it's one of what they call the only productive gem, meaning that they can get gobs of it out of these pipes in South Africa, put them on a conveyor belt. But diamonds that have a good level of clarity are extremely rare. But what's even more rare than that is when you get into the fancy color category. You can rate a diamond, and you'll notice that the best is called a D color flawless, right?
Yeah.
Then you get into all these other letters of the alphabet. But once it starts to discolor enough that it becomes a fancy color, that represents about 0.1% of all the diamonds in the world that are mined. That's mind-boggling to me. And so let's give you the price. I can't hold back anymore.
So this one is 910335 as the item number you use to place your order, either the 800 number or shopgemistry.com. The retail price on this canary diamond, fancy cut and white diamond, halo and band, $3,684. I ask you again to shop around for the kind of quality set as it is, in the sizes as it is, and then say, okay, so I'm actually spending less, far less than half of what the suggested retail price is. And you're looking at a ring that is traditional, beautiful, elegant,
timeless,
feminine, and timeless. It's coveted. A ring like this is coveted. It will be coveted by your daughters, granddaughters, and nieces, and then their granddaughters and nieces, because it's just one of those looks that looks so good on the hand. The color, it's obviously a canary diamond. I mean, nobody is going to look at that and say, gee, is that Madeira citrine? Oh, no. Is that smoky quartz? No. What?
And the sparkle gives it away.
It gives it away.
You know, it's funny.
You know, when we talk about, excuse me for interrupting you, when we talk about colored diamonds, they're rated the same way that white diamonds are. In other words, they're rated for color, cut, clarity, and carat weight too, correct? Okay.
Yeah, they are, but again, the color has to be in a certain range before you can call it that color. And again, you can have discoloration in a white diamond that's a little bit yellow, but not enough saturation to call it a yellow diamond.
Yeah, gotcha.
So very, very rare. But here's the other thing too, and I don't think we talk enough about this. Everybody says, yeah, diamonds are the hardest gemstone substance in the world, right? Everybody says that. Is that your phone?
I think it is. I think my alarm's gone off. My bad.
Do you have
I don't even know where it is.
Do you have somewhere you need to be?
Wait, let me double check. Okay, there it is. Okay, it stopped. Sorry about that. You guys, live TV, what are you going to do? Just keep on going.
I was about to make an incredible point. Yes, this is proof that it's live. All right, so a diamond, yes, it's a 10.
All right, Lee's phone went off too. I just had to call him, not just me.
Way to throw him under the bus. So a diamond is 10 out of a possible 10 on the Mohs scale of hardness.
I love our peeps.
But did you know sapphire and ruby are a 9, okay?
Correct.
But so you think, oh, so a diamond is 1 harder.
Yeah, 1 number harder, 1 level harder.
180 times harder than a sapphire.
Yeah.
A diamond is 180 times. So
basically the scale goes across like that and then spikes up. So from between 9 and 10 is 180 times higher.
But it doesn't mean that a diamond is indestructible, and that's why we always say make sure you take care of your diamonds and don't throw it into a drawer where it can scratch another diamond.
Right.
Or don't throw another diamond in to scratch your yellow diamond.
So, there's a design element I wanted to point out to you too. Again, we talk about no stone going unturned with this manufacture. The prongs. So this is a 14 karat white gold set ring, okay? This is all white gold. The prongs in this ring around that beautiful yellow diamond are yellow gold prongs. That's the attention to detail. Why give it white prongs when what it's doing is it's highlighting the perfection of the oval.
Absolutely.
And so it's not stopping, if you will, the momentum of that beautiful yellow diamond, because you want that to be your focus. So they even thought to give 14, and that's an extra step, it's an extra level, it's an extra layer that isn't just plunked on there. 14 karat prongs, 14 karat white gold,
that's great.
14 karat yellow gold prongs.
It's actually a
pre 14 karat gold product. Yeah, Kelly says, hand that back to me, I have to try it back on again. She's shopping. Oh, Lou, get out the credit card. Just helping you out, you shoppers out there.
You're having some fun, honey.
Yeah, having some fun.
Well, unfortunately,
what's that?
We come to the last item of our vault hour.
We saved a good one for last.
We saved a great one. First of all, you know, for those of you that do know me, my name is Paul Deasy. This is Judy Kroll. We have been in the business for 30 years. We met on a shopping channel. We got married while we were on a shopping channel.
We did. And we're still married.
And we're starting
on a shopping channel.
And we're starting on a shopping channel. Now, here's the deal. Most people know I'm probably the biggest opal fan in the world. If anybody asks me what's my favorite gemstone in the world, I always tell them opal, black opal in particular. This is one of my favorite opals that we don't get to show enough.
Look at the color, fire opal.
This is a Mexican fire opal.
And how many of you have even seen a fire opal? I mean, I know that we're going to be doing some great education, but there are many, many gems that we're going to be able to touch upon and show and set for you that you don't even own yet.
That's exactly right. So anyway, 932-652, it's 14 karat gold, emerald cut fire opal. And again, that shows you how much confidence in the quality of the stone that they would do that in an emerald cut.
Yes, a 7x5. And as far as size on the hand goes, it's about 5/8 of an inch wide. And the whole focus is really on the center. But I must point out that they did baguettes.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite cuts
Diamonds.
of a gem. Yeah. So they did white baguette diamonds, 11 points, one on either side, and then framing that emerald cut of the fire opal are 12 points of round, brilliant cut diamonds. So this is just a really special ring.
I love the history of this too. If you've ever, you may or may not know about fire opals, and Judy and I have been to the opal mines in Australia, and we've done a lot of Ethiopian opals.
I was
And we'll
at
continue to do Ethiopian opals for you. But the Mexican fire opal, and I didn't give you the price yet, I think it's our most affordable gold piece in the show.
I think it is.
Yeah, $625.
Yes.
Retail value $1,500. But Mexican fire opal obviously comes from Mexico. And most of the times they're mining down at a maybe a 30 to 60 foot depth to find the fire opal. But what they do is then they take it up and they cure it in the sun, just like we saw with the Crazy Light when we were in Brazil. So they have it sitting there in the sun. And it's really their test, because the one thing that anybody ever worries about with an opal is like, because there's a lot of percentage of water in an opal, so they wonder, is it going to crack or is it going to craze? So they let it kind of cure in the sun, and everything that you see there has been kind of time tested that it's not going to, it's just such a gorgeous stone.
Well, you know, I have to tell a story too about fire opal, but mine is not Mexican fire opal, my story. We've talked about the benefits that we had from being in the business for 30 years, and the opportunities have been going to the mines from time to time. And I was sent down to Brazil to do a fire opal excursion, if you will, with a film crew so that we could bring back the material and show everyone how it's mined. And it was, again, very primitive. Pickaxes. It was almost like a quarry. So material was kind of sitting on the top, but they were still having to dig, and the pieces that they were finding were really small. We talk about gemstones as not all being created equal. This was not good material. It made me sad because it was very cloudy, and the color couldn't decide what it wanted to be. Was it golden? Was it orange? Was it sort of peachy? It was something. Was it brown? And so when I see a piece like this or hear the word fire opal, I'm like, no, that's not going to be
Mexican.
And then you see this Mexican fire opal
with diamonds.
It looks like a sapphire. It looks like it could be in that orange color.
Podparaja, almost.
Yeah, a Podparaja sapphire.
All right, we are coming to the end of our
first
show.
Shop Gemistry shows.
Remember, we want to keep your suggestions coming. So
Absolutely.
Every Sunday we have a Sunday Fun Day with Paul and Judy on Judy Crowell Style Facebook page. We also have Paul DC has a Facebook page, and Paul DC Gems is a business page, I guess.
Yes.
So
yes.
keep those
So you can find
suggestions
us
coming
easily,
any
and
way
we'll,
that you want.
we'll comment back to your comments.
Because what we bring in the next shows depends on you. So whatever you want to see, and we're already working on some suggestions we've gotten, and we're going to be doing a lot more turquoise, a lot more opal, and we'll keep you posted.
We're already putting in those requests with our manufacturer, and they're not going to be able to work fast enough as far as I'm concerned. So keep those suggestions coming. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon.